Hello, everybody. Hi, Noni. Good to see you. Good evening. Happy New Year. Thought I'd do something a little festive tonight. I thought about coming on, but I was just too wore out. I didn't sleep hardly at all last night. I don't know what the deal was. Thinking about the New Year or something. I don't know. But it was weird. Could not sleep. But come on in. We're going to have some fun tonight. I did set a goal. Hello, Ginger. Happy New Year. Got the fireworks going early tonight. Why not? The fireworks are always going off on some of those other channels, right? So we're going to have a little bit of fireworks tonight here. uh, all right. So I made up something to kind of because tonight's our Q&A session. Oh, yuck. That's not good. That's not good. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather, not too bad. But I had my flu shot at the doctor's the other day, and I don't like getting them because I usually end up getting sick. But I haven't gotten sick. I just couldn't sleep last night for whatever reason. Just so I wasn't up to really getting up and doing much of anything today. Sitting here playing around on the computer basically is all I did. But I did make a short kind of video. I was kind of waiting to see who else was going to pop in here so that everybody could see it. Because tonight we're doing our Q&A, and I'm going to turn on a little bit softer background. That one's kind of loud. There we go. A little bit better. All right. So, are there other live streams going right now too? Well, what's up with these migraines, guys? That's not good. Not good at all. All right, I'm going to play our video, and if we have to show it again later, we will. But I was kind of thinking about the past year, at least since, I came on again, and I thought, there's so many unsolved cases yet. Not necessarily that they started in 2024, but they didn't get solved in 2024 either. So I'm just going to show you the video. I didn't put any sound to it. Justin's live. Gotcha. So many people whose lives were affected and no answers yet, right? Oh. This last one is one I will be doing pretty soon again. There we go. So many people, and I know there's more out there. I just did a quick one of the ones that I've covered. Yeah, barometric pressure, maybe. I don't know. Um, I have Meniere's disease. That's part of why I've lost my hearing. Um, it's an inner ear disorder, and whenever the weather changes, I get um, really drug out, dizzy, wobbly. It's no fun. It's a horrible feeling. Um, it's kind of like vertigo, So yeah, it's not any fun, and I'm not one that suffers too much with migraines. Thank God. God. Hello, Canine. Good to see you. Glad you made it. Happy New Year to you too. So I thought I did put up a goal tonight because who knows how long we'll go. This is up to you guys, right? Tonight, however long you want to go, we'll go. Because it's a Q&A. And so I put up a goal of 5 super chats. To do that, please hit the bullseye at the top of the chat. Once for every 5 we get, we'll stream a half an hour longer tonight. So it's really up to you, okay? Hi, Chemistry Queen. I'm sorry to hear that. It's awful. I have an aunt who gets them, and yeah. She's pretty much she can't do anything once she just goes to bed, and you don't see her until it's gone, right? Yeah, vertigo sucks. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, the disease, my dad had it. He shared the wealth, right? um, it's an inner ear disorder where water builds up in the ear, and unlike my dad, I have learned how to keep it subdued. It's kind of a balancing act, but I've kind of learned how to keep it subdued. I can tell when an attack's coming on, take nausea medication, that kind of thing, and lay down, so that I don't get dizzy. But my dad, I can't tell you how many times he'd have an attack. He'd be out mowing lawn and he'd be laying on the ground. Just terrible. It was awful. You have it too, Chemistry? It's no fun. How is your hearing? I lost all the hearing in my left ear and most of my right. I have to have, yeah, that it is. That's about all you can do until it passes. You can't do anything else or you're going to hurt yourself or start, vomiting everywhere, which is no fun. And that's what, I'll never forget the first time my dad had an attack. It was on Mother's Day and he was cooking out, and my mom always had all kinds of family friends over. People would just stop over. It was crazy. And he was out in the yard grilling out, hamburgers, hot dogs, whatever he was cooking, and yeah, all of a sudden he goes in the bathroom, he's throwing up, he wobbles, into the bedroom, and my mom brings him a bucket, and he just couldn't stop. And so we had to get the ambulance. And my dad was a big guy. They had trouble getting him out of the long hallway in my mom's house. It was just horrible. Yeah. Yep. It is. It's not a fun thing, you know. I know Brenda Jo always feels bad for me because, I can't hear, you know. And when I'm here alone with just Lacey during the day, I don't put a hearing aid in. You know, I just wear my, Bluetooth earbuds for, um, my computer, and yeah, so when I go downstairs, I try to remember to put on my hearing aid so that she doesn't have to scream at me. It's kind of funny. Two little old grannies screaming at each other. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Here's a tip, and I don't know if you can handle it, but it works really well for me. I don't know if it'll work for you, but, when I feel that coming on, I take Alka-Seltzer Cold Plus. It takes all that fluid from inside your head down, and you'll still be tired, but you won't have that bedridden garbage going on, honestly. Try it, it's worth it. But yeah. So what case did you guys wanna talk about tonight? Now that we have more people in here, do you want me to show the video again? I think most people didn't see it maybe. It's not very long. I'll show it once more, and you guys decide which case in here you wanna talk about tonight. You're very welcome, Chemistry. I hope it works for you. You'll have to let me know. It started helping my dad, so alright. You had an aunt who got married in her 80s. She was deaf and he was blind. Oh, where one lacked, the other one came through. That's kinda cool, though. Oh my goodness. Are there any updates on Emma's case? No, there is not. Um, Not a doggone thing. I've been, kinda staying in touch with her family, and no, nothing going on there yet. Yeah, I don't know if the police are trying to build a case. I know that, the family is at least searching for her, but, I mean, other than that, it's like she just vanished like Sebastian did, right? Just gone. But I don't know, sh the last place that she was going to was her boyfriend's house. So, I don't know. What does that tell you? I think, yeah, we all want to talk about Sebastian, don't we? There really aren't any um, updates on Sebastian, is there, today for a change? I mean, I didn't look within like the last hour at Twitter. I'll look real quickly because that's usually where Nick posts, but or at night, I mean. 29th, 30th. Nope, nothing there. I did see Nick put out a notice that tonight is the first night in like 119 days that he's going to get a decent night's sleep. So, lost faith in law enforcement. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, what did you hear? Yes, they did. They found him. Found the little boy, Elton. Yes, they sure did. Hello, Jackie O. Yeah, usually 6:00 every night. Try to be on. I did take some time off Christmas, though. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I took off. But I'm not doing anything tonight, and I thought, well, if there's other people that out there that aren't doing anything, we can just hang together, right? So what did you hear, Ginger, and about law enforcement? Oh, all the misinformation. Yeah. Well, they have it's not unusual for them to, for example, the trash truck scenario that Seth said that's what law enforcement told him. If you really go back and you look, law enforcement, the only thing that they have ever said was to Nick Barris, and they said it was of no evidentiary value, but they don't know what they don't know, and it could be something down the road. That's the only comment Craddock has made regarding the flashlight video. So, they told Seth, well, if people are asking you, you could say it was a trash truck, right? And so that's what Seth said. Did Seth know? I don't know. I don't know. I'm on Central, yeah. So what time is it by you, Jackie? Sebastian was seen at the high school? As seen on the 26th in the area. Okay, so CJ showed the mother's first statement to Ellie, and she last saw him in the home at 10 p.m. Where did he get that from? Is my question. And how do we know he was last seen at the high school? Who says? Receipts, receipts. There's so much noise out there, guys, that I'm not gonna go with every little rumor that we hear. I want receipts for stuff. 4:30. Okay, gotcha. Well, it's almost 6:30 here, so we're 2 hours ahead of ya. I'm just curious, where did CJ who's showing all of the info from LE? What kind of info? He had receipts. Aw, thank you, Aquarian. Sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you so, so, so much. And I appreciate that. All right. It's 7:24 there. You're in Georgia. Okay. So you're in Eastern time. Oh. My computer locked up on me and I forgot to open my Google backup. I don't have anything, Ginger. The new release flyers they put out to the public. Huh. Cat just freaked out. I thought someone was coming after her, huh? Anyway, welcome in, Aquarian. Good to see you. Yeah. I haven't gotten anything at all. Refreshing and nothing's there. Oh, that's not good. Aw, thank you. I have such a heart for these people. I can't tell you. Just breaks my heart. I didn't go through anything with my children like that. You know, missing, dying, and uh, I I just feel for parents who go through that kind of stuff. That didn't cause it, right? Put that little uh, disclaimer in there. If you didn't cause your child to leave or go missing or be unalived, I have great empathy for parents who are going through that. That's now I got it. Okay. Is he still live, Ginger? If not, we'll watch it. We'll start to watch it anyway. I never want to live stream while somebody else is live streaming somebody else's live stream, right? It's not cool. Not a good thing to do. I did get it. 6:28. So you're Central Time too. Your baby Murky Fiona is starting to freak out. Did she hear Lacey's bark? It's not alive. Okay. Well, you guys do you want to watch CJ's? See what he had for receipts? Let me know. It's up to you guys. Tonight's your night. You guys are running the show tonight. I'm just here to make sure everything runs smoothly. Fireworks. We've got some more noisier ones. I liked these because it just kind of reminded me of the people we're talking about tonight. Yes, he had some good points. Okay, so I will share my screen. All right. Everybody see that okay? All right. I just take myself off of there so you can see them good. I'll try to spread it.
Let me know.
Hell, we're still questioning the 25th and the 26th because of last scene.
Yeah, when?
The two key words, last scene. There was a new video that was put out from WKRN. There was a new Nick Bears article. There's also the Sumner County Commissioner, and he also had some posts as well. And I want to share those with you too, because there's a version from before and there's a version that was just put out now. And it has to do with the 25th and the 26th. And this is what everybody needs to really pay attention to. It's the two key words, last scene. Because I haven't heard anybody else other than Katie being reported as the last person that's seen Sebastian alive. Just because it says in the area of Stafford Court doesn't mean that that's a way to protect the residents, because I didn't even say their address when I've been saying this stuff about the 26th. What I've been saying is last seen in his residence the night of the 25th, because that's what we've been told this whole time.
Yeah, there's nothing that has been said otherwise, like not factual.
Last seen.
Sorry. Oh my goodness. So, yes, about the Summer Wells case. Um, I heard today that in the Summer Wells case, some creators were doing that too, saying, "Oh, the grand jury is going to meet the grand jury." You know, it's public information when the grand jury meets, guys. So if people are saying the grand jury is going to meet, that doesn't mean Sebastian Rogers' case is on the docket. It doesn't mean that at all. So, that's kind of why I touched on it last night a little bit, because I don't want people to run with that thinking, because we don't know. Could they be? Yeah, but they're not going to tell us. And the only time, usually, it's all done very secretively, and then all of a sudden it'll be news that there was an indictment put out by the grand jury for so and so. And it usually like comes out of nowhere, right? So I understand creators wanting to give people a heads up, but it really is not a good practice, because you're getting people's hopes up for nothing. And you can Google it. You can Google to find out when the grand jury meets for Sumner County, Tennessee. And they'll tell you it's the first full week of the month. So, yes, we could give you dates when they're meeting, right? But that doesn't mean anything. All right, let's see.
Not Amber Alert was reported, not the address, when it was reported, called in, blah blah blah. But when she woke up, it doesn't. Whatever. It doesn't matter. What matter? Because that's not what they're saying. What they're saying is last seen. I
Yes,
want to know who last seen Sebastian if it was on the 26th.
it's their verbiage. So I mean, it was just an honest question.
Here's another honest question. If it doesn't involve foul play, why is the last person that seen Sebastian not being notated on that information?
Yeah, a lot of
Because you see how it misses it doesn't say last seen by his mother. It doesn't even say that, does it?
no, and a lot of the missing persons reports I've looked into, it'll say like, the last seen by their niece or last seen by the son. It won't like typically give the name, but it'll say like who it was.
Who, the time.
Yep.
If it's not inside of a residence, the location, the description of where they were seen. You know what I mean? Like,
So, how come they haven't said who saw him? They are really keeping things close to the vest. So even if a grand jury chooses to indict, isn't it still the DA's decision whether to go forward with an indictment or not? I believe so. The grand jury basically tells you that a jury feels there's enough evidence to move forward with a case. But yeah, I think it all falls back into the DA's hands. But isn't isn't it the DA that takes it to the grand jury? So I mean, they're saying somebody did. Well, I'm just so leery, guys. I really am. Of information. There's been so much rumor in this case. It's crazy. If they did, yay, because that means they've got enough evidence against somebody. That they feel they have enough evidence against somebody. And for those of you who may not know, Narc Divers, this is Trey. He's the one that works on the diving boat. He went out looking for Sebastian with CJ. These guys both have been boots on the ground. If you're not subbed up to both of them, please do that because they are awesome. I can't tell you enough how much work, and CJ's gotten a lot of flack for it that he didn't deserve. Honestly, he's gotten a lot of flack. Do I always agree with CJ? No, but it doesn't matter because his goal is the same as mine. He's trying to find Sebastian, and that's what's important. He's a good guy. He's got a good heart.
Where's that at?
Yeah, it's not there.
It
Like,
doesn't even say his mother.
Even the ones that, Bill was seen having coffee, and then it's believed that he made it back to his house or something like that, and it'll say that a missing person report was filed 2 weeks later whenever his son tried to make contact with him, yada yada. It'll have like little details like that. But with this, it's just the opposite of that, and it makes you question everything.
What's
Could very
really
well
different
be
from day
Ginger.
one?
Yeah. No, I mean, you would think that they would be able to release certain information.
Why, if there's no
regardless.
foul play, that's
Yeah.
that's the other key thing. If there's no, listen, if there's foul play, somebody abducted him, we understand. We know law enforcement needs to keep a
Dude,
lot of, especially with that kind of stuff, they need to keep that close.
There's a thing, though. There's been cases I worked on before where it says foul play is suspected. Like, they're open about it. They don't know who did it, or if they do, it just says foul play is suspected.
It's day one information. You may come out every couple months and say, it's not a cold case.
Right.
But what is different from that first day? And again,
So here's my question, guys. If Sebastian was seen by the high school by somebody, that would be the reason why law enforcement has treated it as a runaway from the beginning. And that would now make sense, which we have always said we didn't understand why Sebastian's case was treated as a runaway case, right? I'm just saying that if that's the case, and if they're protecting a witness that saw Sebastian by the high school on that day, where is Worsham's, guys? Is Worsham's right by the high school? Because didn't we hear rumors? KP went straight to the school that morning. That's what we heard, right? But we also heard that stepmom or stepgrandma was at Worsham's that morning. Not sure if that was all true. I don't know. Because we've heard so many rumors that it's so hard to know fact from fiction, right? Worsham's is by the high school. Yeah. That's what I thought. Huh. I don't know, guys. Let's continue.
no foul play. What's the reason that somebody wouldn't be able to be listed, or who saw him, where'd they see him, what direction? There's no reason for the secrecy.
No, it shouldn't. There shouldn't be too many.
If there's foul play,
yeah, there is.
totally get it.
Yeah,
Totally get it. No foul play, and that's what's been stated.
At that point,
Okay,
though, I'm just saying,
why so secret? What are you trying to like? What are you trying to keep? The person that took him called in and said, "I last saw him." Like what?
right?
What are you trying to hide? Because she already stated she put him to bed before, and then she went to bed somewhere around midnight. If that's when he was last seen, then why isn't it said he was last seen in his residence by his mother?
It should. If that's when he was last seen, it should. Look into other cases. It very well should. If she's the last person to tuck him in, yada yada, that's what she's seen him. That's what it should say.
In
But-
the area is what it does say. So who saw him? So then why would they need to be kept secret?
Or they're just trying to protect their witness. So if they're afraid that, depending on what
wouldn't
they
that
seen,
But wouldn't that witness be able to tell them what took place, or what direction, or where at in the area of Stafford Court he was at, where he came from, possibly the direction that he left? Why would you not put out the direction? What was taking place from this witness account? Where he came from, possibly, if they knew what happened, maybe if they knew the direction that they went or he went, or some. If somebody saw Sebastian in the area of Stafford Court, regardless of their name or their location,
right?
why wouldn't Ellie release what happened, the direction, last seen in the area of Stafford? Well, hey, he was going southeast.
They could at least put out the little details that
Right?
get you in the right direction.
We don't have video evidence, but we do have an eyewitness account. And that was the last person to see him in the area of Stafford Court going in this direction, regardless of however that direction was being propelled. It would have, that would have went out. Who else besides Katie? And if it was, why isn't that information out there?
Yeah, I think people would lose their minds if that got out.
I would if I was a parent.
Well, I mean, at this point in time, because there's been so much secrecy.
Dude, if I knew somebody saw my child that went missing and they weren't trying to put out the direction or where at he was last seen, or possibly what was going on, I'd be flipping. Speaking of the 25th and
So they've got a point. Does Seth know that? The ground search seemed to stop. I thought that too. I did pull up Google Maps, guys. I'm going to share it. Okay. So right here, right, is where Stafford was. It said in the area of Stafford Court. So, I mean, because there's a lot of area before you get to the high school right here. That's that's a little ways, guys. Is it a lot for a 15-year-old to walk? Probably not, but there's that. And then I think this right here, the Beach Market convenience store, isn't that Worsham's? Tell me if you know. My question is, if Miss Dirty Socks really knew or really was seen at Worsham's, why was she? Because she lives in Gallatin, and that's quite a ways away from here. 20 minutes. I just thought of something, guys. One of our trolls in the beginning kept saying that Sebastian was in a vent in the school. Maybe he's not too far off. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah. I mean, if you that's quite a big area if you think about it. I mean, if you're gonna go by road, look at you're gonna go here all the way down Long Hollow Pike to the high school. Worsham's is down here. Or you could go to the high school and then that way to Worsham's if you wanted to. I mean, either way, but it's quite a way for a kid to walk. Not that it can't be done. I know that it can be. You know, my stepson used to walk quite a long ways to get to our house. When he was upset with his mom and stepdad, and it was a long ways, and we never knew he was coming, and that was always a big fiasco. But it was a long ways, guys. It was like 30 miles, and he walked it. So yeah, I don't know. That's just really weird. I know. Does anybody else remember Mike? K9, you might remember Mike. Mike always used to say that Sebastian was in a vent in high school. In fact, he emailed me once, and he actually said, I'll show you. Okay, so this is the greenhouse, and he said that there is a vent, and to me it gets too blurry to tell. But he said there was a vent. I don't know if this is it or this. I don't know. But yeah, he told me by the greenhouse. He told me specifically where to look. I'm like, yeah. I didn't forward that information on because I feel like with winter on, any kind of vents, anything would have been checked by now. So, yeah, I was like, no, I'm not gonna. You asked the other day where he is. Yeah, don't know. I think he likes some of those other channels. K9. Wonder if the construction site possibly had CCTV on those movable units with the cameras on tall poles to keep watch over the building site. Oh, that's a good point, Noni. Could very well be, right? Maybe that's where they got it. Aw. I'm sorry I had a hard day, Aquarian. Here's to a better new year, right? Sebastian's going to be found, right? Some of these other people in my video, Emma Baum, Suzanne Simpson, Summer Wells. I mean, there's just all kinds of people that you know, I have to honestly say that I wondered that at one point. I did. It was a fleeting thought, but it's funny you say that because I did. In fact, I even brought it up to Brenda Joe one night after our live. I wonder if Mike is. I don't know. Could be. Let's continue.
26th. All right. I want to bring this up and I want to show the message back on December 19th to TBI. All right. Clarify when Sebastian was last seen. Hi. Can you please tell me
I did see
if
this.
Sebastian Rogers was last quote seen on February 26th or last quote sane on February 25th? Many of us are trying to find out the true facts and not listen to gossip, so I wanted to get the information straight from you. Thank you so much. Now, they responded, this count isn't monitored 24/7. We'll get back to you soon. And then it says Sebastian Rogers was last seen on February 26th. Now, I want to show something from the Sumner County Commissioner. Don Schmidt, Sumner County Commissioner.
No. 25th.
See, I seen this one. I knew I seen a
Yeah.
flyer. It said
Yeah,
February 25th.
No
This
wonder why we
description
didn't pay
actually
attention, guys.
mentions family, right? Now look at this. See what it says right here, people?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Right? 10 p.m.
His mother called out to him to keep it down, which he responded. So I mean, that gives you the time frame there.
Yeah, we knew that.
It gives you a lot more, don't it?
Yeah.
She didn't
The
see him.
most
She
that
just
you've
called out
ever
to him.
read.
So if that's factual, which it seems to be because it's coming from the commissioner, right?
Sumner County Commissioner.
Then you don't. Then he called out. So at 10 p.m. he was still in the house.
Yeah.
And that's going off of their information, not speculation. We're not pulling this out of left field. This is right here.
This tells you the damn truth, bro, because this is what we
Maybe, but I did wonder it.
all along. Sebastian was living with his mother and stepfather.
Yeah.
When he disappeared, right?
Exactly. 100%.
On the night of February 25th at 10 p.m., according to the mother, she reported hearing a thud from his room, at which point the mother called out to him to keep it down, not, are you okay?
Yeah. Like it went from concerning to just keep it down, and he actually responded.
What does that sound to you, bro? If you're or you're busy trying to study, keep it down.
Yeah, if I'm studying, it's like, hey.
That's a totally different concern, is it not, bro?
Two different concerns. I'm more concerned about my studying. That's just for my opinion. Or if I was live right now, I'm just like, keep it down in there.
And that's a good question, K-Mac. Why would the TBI report 226? That's what I'm saying. That's why the two words last seen have been really on my mind for a week. I'm sitting there going,
So already you have two different agencies with two different public reports. What is fact and what is fiction?
Okay. So at which point the mother called out to him to keep it down, which he responded. The following morning, he was reported missing and an Amber Alert was issued. Are these all true events and everything that we've known this whole time? Yes. His cell phone, shoes, and belongings were still in the house. His case sparked widespread attention, with numerous searches being conducted. To this day, his disappearance remains a mystery. Now we're going to go to the only person, because we even heard this from Seth on one of his lives when they had a press conference. Didn't you guys do a double take when you heard Seth go, they had the press conference in an area where they don't allow civilians, and you had to have an invite, and the only person that
Dude,
got in was Nick Barris.
when they said that, I was sitting there going, like,
Not even a parent.
It's a missing kid.
Not even a parent. So you want to know what? It's basically the same thing as what law enforcement and Nick Barris have been putting out, not with the commissioner, but
So here's my question. Why are two different agencies putting out different dates? TBI confirmed that he was last seen on the 26th. And this was the commissioner for Sumner County stating the 25th. Yeah, when we watched those videos back in the beginning, guys, I knew that she said it was 10 o'clock. And yes, she was with CP on the phone. That was probably why the anger, not so much the studying. She's being interrupted on her phone call. But why two different scenarios? And no wonder why we never caught it. Because I know there had to have been something else that said the 25th as well. It will be nice to find out the truth. If this ends up in a trial, guys, it's going to be amazing. I mean, if they don't televise it, they're going to have a lot of angry people. Because I'm going to want to see it. I am going to want to see it. Maybe so much so that I would even go down there. I don't know. I don't think so.
But what Nick Barris, this was from February 26th. Sebastian was last seen earlier today, February 26th. Sebastian, that's when the post was.
In the area.
Sebastian was last seen earlier today in the area of Stafford Court. This is what I feel what an officer was told.
That's what I'm thinking. It's more forthcoming.
When she was first interviewed. Look, this is what I want to show you guys, because the new one actually has a different date.
The new one does?
Yeah. So I'm going to show you that one. So this was posted December 20th.
Wow.
Now look at the date. December 20th. Last seen February 26th, the area Stafford Court near Beach High School. But look at that. February 26th was the date changed. But look at what else was added, bro.
Beach High School in Hendersonville. Is that where you're getting at?
Yeah.
How? Okay, so Stafford Court is totally
Stafford
not
Court.
actually. I mean, it's close, but it ain't that close. So
Beach
to
High
add
School's on the other side of
the other
You see what it
neighborhood,
says? They're
the
missing it.
pond.
and then you got the
On
church, the
Stafford
cemetery, and then
Court.
the school.
You see that, guys? It says on Stafford Court. Not near Beach High School, but on Stafford Court. Hello, Butterfly Kisses. Good to see you. All right. So, yes, the truth will lead to Sebastian. But yeah, it says on Stafford Court near Beach High School. Conflicting information. The other one says, what did the other one say? I'm doing good, Butterfly. I hope you are too. Happy New Year. I'm going to pull up my pictures and see what it says. Oh, so it just says in Hendersonville. Hmm. I don't know. Everyone that I've got says the 26th, and it says in Hendersonville. It doesn't say this one. So I don't know.
Yep.
Continue on.
That's a big gap.
Yeah, it is, bro.
So
All right,
are they implying that's the direction that he was going?
That's where he was spotted. That's why all of the as we're sitting here going, when was he last seen? The 25th or the 26th? Because we've been hearing this.
Oh, thank you so much, Ginger. I appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. And of course, everybody get ready. Plug your kitties' ears. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. I don't know. If Nick says it, it usually happens, doesn't it? I mean, typically, right? Me too, Noni. That would be incredible to know, right? That would be incredible. We don't have enough information, do we?
The whole time.
Yep.
We've been hearing this the whole time, right? Which is not the 26th. When this pops up, this gives you the reason. We weren't saying he wasn't last seen on the 26th to all the people that were having fits. What we're saying was where, who, what. And look, just like the other one where that dude's dropping you some gold nuggets, guess what this is right here?
Yeah, a nugget.
Beach High School. That's a huge nugget.
And he's still not on camera anywhere. That's what's mind-boggling.
I'm going to take you to the area.
You know the high school's got to have cameras that hit that road.
Well, let's see how far it is from Stafford Court, okay? We're going to do a distance check. We're going to see Stafford Court.
That's a gap, dude.
I could have done
Beach
that.
High School.
And that's
Okay.
a straight shot.
As the crow flies.
We'll be generous, okay? The very front tip of that Beach High School property.
According to
'cause
Mike,
maybe
you
it
need
was
to go
right
to
here.
the back by
Okay,
the
maybe
greenhouse.
somebody's seen him right here, right? So let's be generous. 636 meters. It depends on what area you're talking about. So you're generalizing the statement. You see what I'm saying? Because
If you were sending an
Okay.
officer to that
How many
area for the
miles is
first call,
636 meters, guys?
you
'Cause
wouldn't say
I have no clue.
Stafford Court
Ginger, do
in
you
the
know?
area
Do you
of Beach
guys
High
go by
School.
meters or miles?
You'd want to narrow that down a lot more. I don't know. That's just weird.
Let me flip it over here so you can have the zoomed in.
You would want like a cross street.
It'd be
When
so
it
cool
comes
to get
to
them
December
together, wouldn't it?
20th, that was just 10 days ago. This is the Sumner County Commissioner stating Beach High School. This is why we were asking for a week. Okay, was he really last seen? Now, who saw him at Beach High School? Because let's go back and we're going to go into this weekend.
It's 0.39
We're going to dig
miles.
into the audio. We're going to go back to the audio
Not even
and
a half
dig
a
into
mile.
it, the dispatch audio. Somebody on the dispatch audio said that they seen him, right?
I remember that.
Did this come from LE? Was the witness of us, the witness statement on the dispatch audio, was this officer looking near Beach High School, and was he the one
Great
that
minds,
led
Noni.
to the Beach High School
Yeah, it
being
was.
included about this flyer? Did they say cemetery? Did they say Beach Cumberland Presbyterian Church?
No.
Did they say the
They said high
construction pond? Did they say the construction area? No, they didn't. But really, you could say, "Oh, it's in the area. It's in the area of Stafford Court, being
gotta
20."
go to the
It's what I'm saying. Like
greenhouse where the
Beach
vent is.
High School is a different area than the area of Stafford Court, because there's a church, there's a cemetery,
Cute, Noni.
there's a housing development,
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of area to cover.
there's another row of houses before that street. Now, if I'm saying the area, I'm saying the area of Stafford Court as it's this area,
It's its
Right.
own area, in my opinion.
right? Not all the way over here near Beach High
Exactly.
School. Now,
That's
there was a
something.
lot of searches, and I'll go ahead and kind of zoom back and show you guys. There was a lot of the searches going on during the dispatch audio that were all taking place around this area. Okay. So inside this area where all these searches were taking place, and I'm just going to focus on this section of it when it comes to what we're talking about. When it comes to the witness, Beach High School, this is why I think the dispatch audio is what's being used, because when you're listening to the dispatch audio, this right here, this area right here is what you're really hearing for the dispatch audio, and you can see something by Beach High School from that construction area, because remember what we were talking about before. When it comes to the elevation of that construction area back when Sebastian went missing, it's completely different now. The elevation back then was way higher, and you had a higher elevation of view when it came to Beach High School in the cemetery, because the elevation goes from left to right, going down. As you're going to the right, elevation is going down. Everything you see on the left is a lot higher than what you see on the right. Huge difference. Huge difference. And so that's where I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's why they haven't, even though there's not foul play, even though there's no direction, even though it's kind of interesting. This has been removed from all other information. Beach High School. Was this the last seen on February 26th because they used a witness description from law enforcement that you hear on dispatch? And if so, why is that? Because why would you want to mislead the public if what one of your officers didn't see, in fact, what he thought he saw in real time, because
Ah,
people are human.
yeah,
Why would that date and that area and that narrative be continued? It did not go back to 10 o'clock,
good point,
February
TJ.
25th. Why would only Nick Barris be able to have access? Why is Nick Barris saying the same thing that law enforcement is, but the Sumner County Commissioner is giving you nuggets and anything that he puts out there?
Nick Barris needs to retire, guys. That video that they put out today, was it today? Ridiculous. All he did was piece together old videos that he had done. There's nothing new on there whatsoever. It he was giving out old misinformation by showing those old videos. It was when I got it this morning, I was like, "Oh my god, is he lazy or what?" He didn't show anything, and he showed misinformation. It just, because he had Craddock on there saying there's no foul play. Well, you know what? Foul play, if it's now a criminal investigation, foul play is now a part of a criminal investigation. So that's misinformation right there. It just blows my mind. So if an officer supposedly saw something but then didn't really see it, and they're still going with the 26, is that what he's trying to say? Let me know what you guys think. This case has so many weird details, inconsistencies, drama, misinformation. I know, right? It really gets mind-boggling, doesn't it, Jackie? It just almost hurts your brain because and you get to the point where it's like, okay, I don't want to hear any more speculation. I don't want to hear this. Because it just gets so hard. But yet we're trying to come up with something, right? A reason why he's gone. And I mean, that's even what law enforcement does, is speculate. That's what they've got to do. And it's beyond frustrating. I agree, Noni. I don't think I'd be a very good detective on a police force. 'Cause I'd want the answers, and I'd want them now, and it would not be a good scene. Oh, I can't imagine what detectives, how frustrated they must get. Now, to me, now it makes more sense now that we've watched the Sebastian Rogers case. It makes more sense now why those TV shows, why they act like the way that they do, and some of those cops end up being crooked because they're trying to get an answer, right? Make an answer. Not that I think that's a good thing, because it's not, but I don't know. This is weird. It makes you
Why
wonder.
is his voice not being heard?
Yeah, it didn't add up.
He's existing. It's just not getting that much attention, especially what was posted 10 days ago. The Beach High School. So again, if there's no foul play and it was a mistake from the officer, you heard the dog's getting hits on the
Right.
dispatch audio, and then you heard, and we'll hear Ken Widener sit there and tell you again today, because he got interviewed again today from Nick Barris, and he will tell you again today that there were no
In this
dog
case, I wouldn't
trails
need
for
to.
Sebastian.
I know who I'd
You
call.
heard the dog trails and the hits on the dispatch audio. He's corrected that information since March 26th. You've heard the witness on dispatch audio see him, but why has that
Thank you,
information
Jackie.
only been half brought back? Because only half of it was brought back. You brought back Beach High School,
You're not going off topic. You've been
and you
awesome.
brought back the time.
And don't worry, my daughter has
If he was
ADHD,
truly
so
seen
I
there, it's
understand
impossible
totally.
for there not to be a freaking tracker
No
trail.
problems.
You brought it back to Stafford instead of Beach, church, construction area. You got rid of half of the truth. You got rid of Beach. You got rid of the church area. You got rid of back to Stafford. You even got rid of the construction area where all the hits were saying. And that's what I'm saying. If you're going to dispatch audio, you heard this, they went back. Human, you heard this, we're only going to go back a little bit. Why is that? Why would you not want to sit there and say, okay, well, that last scene really wasn't last scene, like the dog hit really wasn't the dog hit. We want to make sure we have the facts out there, so we're going to go back to the last scene, and that would be 10 p.m. on the 25th. And why is that not taking place? I don't know. It's real confusing.
Okay, so he's wrong there, though. Okay, because Sebastian by Katie wasn't last seen at 10 p.m. She heard him. She never got up to check on him. So last scene was not 10 p.m., guys. He's wrong about that there. I just caught what he said there. Because remember what it said and what she said in many videos, and people questioned her. You didn't go check on him? No. Yeah. I agree. I don't think he's that great of a reporter, honestly. This last video, all he did was take old videos and throw them together. That's laziness, if you ask me. There was so much more other stuff he could have put in there. New information. And he just didn't do it. Yes, last seen at 9 p.m., last heard at 10 p.m., according to Katie. You know, and here's the thing, Noni. He had that water on his brain, right? You hear a thud. I don't care if your kid's 15, 16, 18. If he has water on the brain, are you not going to check him? I mean, I understand teens that age need somewhat privacy. I'd be knocking before I went in, but I'd be going in. It's my house. He's still in my house. I'd be knocking. Hey, and then opening up the door. Are you okay? What happened? That'd be what I'd be doing. Right? Wouldn't that be horrible? But does she look like a woman who's devastated, Ginger? In your opinion? In mine, she doesn't. Yeah, I think he really got himself into trouble with that one. I think the flashlight video was meant to stay under the radar. Okay, so here's something that I was going to tell you guys. So I heard a scenario today. I'm not going to say where from, okay? Tell me what you think. It's out there, just to let you know. Okay, so the neighbor, Bobby, right? I like Bobby. I think she's awesome. She's, but she's getting some flack. But she had said how when her kids were young, they used to play flashlight tag at night when they were young. Okay. So now someone has come up with the scenario that Sebastian went out in the middle of the night to play flashlight tag with some bullies who ended up doing him in. Yeah. And saying that they got scared, so they and now neighbor mom is trying to cover everything up and make it look like she's trying to be helpful in the case and blah 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 blah. Yes, exactly, Noni. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know about that. Evidently, he didn't qualify. I still can't believe how some things I miss in this case. Yeah. And that's what's going on. But that I was like, really? And then somebody was intimating about flashlight tag is more sinister than what we know. Couldn't prove it by me. This old lady doesn't know all those newfangled things these days. Ah, so that makes sense. Okay. It's got to be scary, Ginger. I can't imagine. Can't imagine what that's like. I honestly, guys, I was so blessed with my girls. My youngest had ADHD, and yeah, that was, a challenge, but nothing compared to what some people go through, right? The Ginger and Canine, and yeah, I feel for you guys. I feel for you guys because I know that I was blessed, and I hate that people have to go through that stuff.
Man,
It is confusing as hell. Even to have been there, worked it, see how others have worked it. Between the dispatch audio, it's like, okay, the dog's tracked, and then no, there was no tracks. But wait a minute, he was seen in this area of Beach High School and Stafford Court. But again, note the dogs didn't track. It's like, you mean to tell me you can see somebody walking down the road? Yeah, inquiring minds want to know, law enforcement. Clear it up, because the misinformation, y'all are, in my opinion, y'all are confusing the hell out of me. And this is just going off information that you have released.
Amen to
Not
that.
hearing third party. This is all factual stuff that y'all have put out, and it's confusing the hell out of everybody. And then you say talk about credible sources. So it's like, well, people are trying to figure out. They're taking information you've put out, trying to make sense of it, and then you're all getting mad about credible sources.
Yeah.
Like, we're not
That's a
stating
good
facts or
point.
anything like that. We're just asking questions that a million people, the entire nation, the world is wanting to know.
Yeah.
If it was if it was your kid,
Exactly. And it matters because we can't find Sebastian. So it does matter.
Yep.
Like, we all want the same outcome, and that is for Sebastian to be brought home or found. And I hate to say it like that, but this far into it, this amount of misinformation coming from law enforcement, here's your misinformation. It's like, what is factual whenever you're
it's smoke. It's the
makes no
fog.
sense.
It's the fog between you and the truth, bro. It's that fog. We're gonna back up a little bit.
Yeah, and then this day and age, it's hard to backpedal. So you need to come out and be open about what you can. At
They
least
need a new statement.
the
They need a
information-
new statement.
Yeah, the information that they've put out, they need to compile and say, look, this is what has been corrected.
They need more than that. They need to include this.
Yep.
They need to include Beach High School. They need to include the time that he was last seen. Don't give me last seen
Fair.
early hours. No. If somebody's seen
I don't know about that. I don't think they need to give us the time, but they do need to clear up these discrepancies. That's their fault. I understand many different agencies are helping with the Sebastian Rogers case, but they should all be on the same page as far as anything that goes out to the media, whether it's social media or mainstream media, right? They should all be on the same page with that information that's going out. And they should clear up those discrepancies. They really should. Having said that, I want to just be clear. I'm not against law enforcement, guys. I had a son-in-law who's retired law enforcement. Do I think law enforcement can be wrong, can be crooked? Yeah. Because there are human beings on those forces, and human beings can be wrong, they can be evil, they can be good, they can be bad, they can, but the bottom line is they are trying to find Sebastian, and Seth wants everyone to take a look at what's going on, like we're doing here, but to not come against law enforcement because he needs them to help him find Sebastian, right? When push comes to shove, he needs them. And we don't want this to become a cold case. So that's extremely important, guys. They have. Yeah. There's crooked people. That's right. There are. And yes, they have I think they've caused a lot of confusion. And I sincerely wish that they would clear it up, but to clear up what's out there. We're not asking for anything more. CJ was saying we need to know the time. Nope, we don't need to know that. We don't need to know that. Not until things go to court. We don't need to know that. But going after law enforcement is not the answer. It really is not. And the reason for that is because Seth needs their help. It wasn't, this was this TBI? Or was this the commissioner, the county commissioner? TBI is the one that confirmed it was on the 26th last seen. Okay. So whoever's right, whoever's wrong, they need to come together and figure it out and clear that up, right? They need to clear it up. But push comes to shove, that's what law enforcement is for in our country, to help bring justice, find the missing, the lost. I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe when tips stop coming in for quite a while, for a certain period of time, I'm thinking, when no other information is coming forward, because I think it was really close, in my opinion, to being a cold case before Dog and At Night and Nick came on. Because the minute that Dog and his notoriety got out there, people like Dog. And some people don't like law enforcement. And they'll talk to, Jennifer Coffindaffer said it. They'll talk to somebody unknown before they'll pick up the phone and call law enforcement. And if that's what's got to happen, that's what's got to happen, It really bothers me that they haven't had a press conference. They did just have one, didn't they? It wasn't a press conference, was it? They came out and made a statement or something. We're gonna call if our home gets burglarized, not Ghostbusters. That's for sure. That's for doggone sure. We've got to have them. I'm a supporter of Back the Blue, and the reason that I say this is because my son-in-law told me some stories when everything was going down and people were going against law enforcement across the country. There were people that would spit in his face. I mean, I'm not going to go into everything, but guys, there's no reason for that. If somebody's, standing there and not doing anything to you, and you walk up and you spit in their face, and if you knew my son-in-law, he's the sweetest man you'd ever want to meet. He's just a sweetheart. And yes, I'm probably biased, but he is. He's just a sweetheart. And not that he couldn't be tough, I'm sure, on the force, but he was not. He doesn't have it in him to be crooked. Let's just say that he's a good Christian. He goes to church and on the worship team for church, and just very good man. Yeah, they're talking to Seth every day, and that's what's important. Yeah, I know. We do want more. We do want more, but it's all right. If they're so busy tracking down these leads, then that's what we want them doing. If they're taking time out of their day to talk to Seth, we want them doing that, right? Because Seth deserves that. We don't. Seth deserves that. So I'm happy that they're taking time out of their day to talk to him. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. I'm sure my son-in-law has more stories than what he said, and I don't even think I want to know. There's been times when I've thought about calling him and asking him about, because he started out in Nashville, guys. And he ended up retiring off the force in San Francisco. So he was a fraud investigator when he left Nashville. That's right, K9. That's what I feel. If Seth is happy with them, then we should be too. We need to remember that they're trying to help him. Good, bad, or indifferent, it is what it is. They're trying to help him. And I think they're doing that now, Noni, by talking to him every day. Right? You got to wonder, are they still talking to Chris and Katie every day? I bet not. Denver PD, I know. Yeah. I can't even imagine what those guys have to go through. I can't even imagine what those guys have to go through. It's awful. All right, I think we have just a little bit left here. See what they have to say.
Give us a time.
Yeah, you would have.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things that they themselves need to speak up about, because look, this sitting back here, and taking 2 minutes to sit down and basically regurgitate the same stuff. Listen, you got so many you want to talk about inconsistencies. Look at the inconsistencies here. We're sitting here asking about these inconsistencies on these interviews, and we're asking about these inconsistencies when it comes to the people in positions of power and what they're doing, and how they're helping. And right here, it's like I said, this is like off of a report from one of the first officers that talked to her. Straight up, right off the report. And they're expecting people to buy this, because you got people out there going, there's no difference. This is why it's the 26th. And it's no, you need to look at the fine print. Don't just sign up for the credit card before you read the fine print. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, after I see Beach High School, I see what he wrote there, and then you take that with everything that we've been going through the last week. Now you start to see they're just not being forthcoming when it comes to their statements on last scene. All right. So I wanted to bring that up because, with this 25th, 26th, I'm still going to ask, like, who and when and what time, what time, where, who, what.
So here's my thoughts on that. If it's true, because guys, I mean, as far as we are aware, Katie saw him, from what she said, on the 25th, heard him, and saw him at 9 o'clock when he went to bed, heard him at 10 p.m., right? But now they're saying that he was last seen on the 26th. That tells me that they've got some other kind of video or something. If they're going to stand by that, that tells me that there's some other kind of video that they're keeping close to the vest, and they're not telling us what it is. Because it doesn't add up. My question was, with the flashlight video, which, by the way, the person that's saying it was flashlight tag, the way that those two flashlights were moving, that was no kind of tag. That was ridiculous. It would have been more sporadic, right? They were playing flashlight tag. My God. So I'm just here to say that whole scenario is debunked in my opinion, because those flashlights was not flashlight tag playing. So here's my question. I mean, there's many people who don't believe that Sebastian made it home. And I can see that maybe, but it doesn't explain the flashlight video and the car. And so my question, because CJ even said, CJ knows where all the cameras are, guys. I was watching when he was touring the neighborhood and saying, okay, this one, this one, this one, this one, no, that one don't, this one, this one. He went up and down Stafford Court, Kellen. He knows which houses have cameras. So he said that where that car was sitting, there would have been video evidence if their camera was good of what was going on by that car. So yeah, I still wonder if there wasn't something to that. I know that police debunked it, but they also debunked the flashlight video, didn't they? I know. They don't have to have much to run with, right? I mean, I can't believe somebody sees that video and thinks, oh, they're playing flashlight tag. No, they're not. Oh my gosh. You'd see them running and the light would be sporadic. Yeah, it just drives me crazy. Aw, Canine, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You guys are so awesome. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. I bet CP and KP don't want to talk to Ellie every day. Maybe. Well, KP's not talking to anybody. Aw, thank you. You guys too. 2025 going to be a year of God's blessings. I believe it for everybody that hears the sound of my voice, whether you're in chat now or in the rewatch crew later. God's blessings on everybody. I will when I take her out. She'll have to go out in a little while here. So what do you think, guys? Was there any other case that you wanted to talk about? I know we all, our minds, our hearts are on Sebastian. There's no information on Stephanie Damron. I've been watching for that one too. No information on Emma Baum. Wade Robeson from Forney, Texas. He got into an accident and he called his friends to come pick him up a little ways away from where the accident was, and he never met them there. They searched and did everything else, and they cannot find him. And he was barefoot. So that was really weird. No, I haven't seen. I saw him brainstorming last night, though. he was brainstorming Fred's mommy, and yeah, I forget her name. Yeah, it was, and that Fred drives a crane. But absolutely, you too, Ginger, all of you, sweet baby girl. Nothing there, I guess. And that's so sad. I mean, I only know very little bit about the case. And I mean, you guys would probably have to tell me more. And I thought about going back and talking about the case, but I felt like it has been so overdone that me doing it, Cranosporus. Oh my gosh. Yep. But yeah, as far as Summer Wells goes, it's true though. I mean, it's been so overdone that I think it would have been just redundant for me to try and do it, do something on it. If something significant happens though, I'll be happy to keep you guys updated on it, for sure. But that's so sad. Little girl. What do you guys think happened to her? Yeah, I think Sebastian's has kind of exceeded, but I heard that Summer's got pretty hot and heavy too. Well, yeah, hopefully they're in orange though. Hopefully they're in orange by then, if they're guilty. If they're guilty. I don't know. She doesn't really fit Wilma though, does she? From everything I remember I used to love the Flintstones when I was little. Wilma was a sweetheart. Nobody knows where Summer is. So, Ginger, you don't think Summer made it home, and you don't think Sebastian did either, do you? It's all right. I mean, yeah. Sad. It's really sad. Pebbles and Bam Bam, yeah. Bam Bam was so cute. And Pebbles was just a little sweetheart. But yeah, I used to love to watch that show. That and the Jetsons. Mr. Wells can tell you, right? Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, do you think that in this case, in the Sebastian Rogers case, that they studied The Summer Wells case. Yeah, that's true. If he was seen on the 26th, then he made it home. I know, exactly. And no remotes. We had to get up to change a channel. And at night, you get those white noise and those colored lines on the screen when the TV would go off the air for the day. Datsun Mobile. Fiji ever lets. Hey, that may be more possible than you think with all those drones flying in New Jersey. uh, Schoolhouse Rock. Yeah. I love Bozo the Clown. I lived in Chicago. I always wanted to go see him in the grand prize game. I never got to see him. Always wanted to win the bike. You saved it. Really? She had a time limit on your TV? Our TV was on from the moment we got up in the morning until it went off at night. My mom had it on all the time. She just had it on. We owned a grocery store, and we lived in the apartment in the back. And so us kids were always in the back, unless we were helping out front, carrying pop bottles and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the TV was always on, and it was always that way at my parents' house. And I don't ever have the TV on here. Just weird. Holding the rabbit ears. Didn't you use tinfoil? Reynolds wrap. Used to beg my mom to take me. I used to practice trying. I know, I did too. I tried to. That wasn't easy. That was not easy. Does everybody know what we're talking about? Maybe I can find a picture. There we go. I'll share my screen so you can see the picture of the grand prize game. There we go, right there. That's Bozo. And that's the buckets. And you took one, and then you had to get number 2, and number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6. And if you got number 6, you got the bike. Or it looks like here it was a wagon. I don't know. I thought it was a bike. Yep. Dreams of my childhood. Busted. Yeah. Those TVs used to get hot in those days, didn't they? Uh, yeah, but trying to get them ping pong in those buckets was not easy. They like to bounce out. You're scared of clowns? Oh no. My mom had a room and it was full of clowns. Always loved TV. My mom actually limited. Gotcha. See, my mom didn't. I guess we were blessed as kids. But, I mean, we played outside all the time, though. I mean, we did. We played outside. It seemed like nighttime or Saturday mornings was the time that we watched TV, right? Really funny story is toward the last couple years of my dad's life, he loved to watch like old Western movies like Gunsmoke and those kind. And Lacey, because I'd be working, right? And Lacey would sit on his lap and she'd watch those Westerns with him. She liked watching the horses and the dogs and stuff. And now she still lays in front of the TV like she's waiting for me to turn it on, and I never do. Poor thing. They creep you out. They never bothered me, but I know a lot of people are afraid of clowns. Jackie, did you live in Chicago? Because we had that so many times. I love the penny candy counter. Right? Had to be home by the time the streetlights came on. Yep. That was our rule. We had to be home by the time the streetlights came on. I didn't have to do that because we owned the store, but we had a lot of kids come in with notes from their moms. Isn't that amazing? I think the worst thing that I could remember was having kids that I went to school with come in and want to buy model glue, and they'd ask for it to be put in a paper bag, and it took just a couple times my dad caught on to what they were doing. They were sniffing and getting high, so he stopped selling model glue unless they had their parent with them. I know we did, didn't we? I mean, we knew what it was to play outside, to be imaginative, and Ken, you didn't have streetlights, just at dark. Gotcha. Yes. Speaking of the Jetsons, do you remember the flying saucer candy that had those little round candies in them? And they were wafers. Those were so good. I mean, 25 cents could fill you. That's 25 pieces of penny candy, guys. That was a lot back then. Oh, that's so fun. And here we are starting another new year, right? It's not going to be long. Not going to be long. Few more hours. For some of you, a few more than that. Bottle caps, yeah. 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 All right. Well, I don't have anything else for tonight, guys. Unless you guys have something you want to talk about, it's up to you. It's your night. I do have the grannyism I can show. It says New Year's is neither an end nor a beginning, but a going on with all the wisdom that experience can instill in us. I like that because I hate to think, for so long we've always thought of it as one year's ending, and new year for new beginnings, but do we really do anything different. How many people make New Year's resolutions? I agree. And soda in the bottles. Glass bottles. Glass bottles. Yeah. So how many make New Year's resolutions? I haven't made a New Year's resolution in years, honestly. I really haven't. Because I never kept them. So I stopped making them. No, if I just, I don't know. Because when I put my mind to something, if I really want to do it, I will. But yeah, I'm not good with New Year's resolutions. Just don't bother with them anymore because I think I don't like the feeling that I failed. Right. Exactly, Canine. I don't make resolutions. They never fail. Just try and live each day better than the last. Yep. Because who needs to feel like you failed at something, right? That's not a good way to start the new year. Happy New Year, Jackie. Aw, I know all of us. We're going to grow. We're going to have a awesome, awesome family here without all the drama, just kind of like tonight, just chilled and people just, sharing with each other. I love that. Exactly, Ginger. We try to be better than the day before. I know. I don't know of anybody who's ever kept a resolution. Nobody's ever told me they have. Oh, Noni, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Let me get. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. I just love my chat. I love my people in it. I love my mods. You guys are awesome. Means so much to me. All right. Well, if that's all we've got, have a wonderful new year. I don't know if you guys are staying up. I don't know if I will. I didn't sleep good last night, so I probably won't make it. Exactly, right? Exactly. And here's to let's agree and believe tonight Sebastian will be home. 2025, he will be home and we're going to have some kind of justice, right? Thank you. I've never been told that until you guys hear. That's funny. Nobody's ever said that to me before. But I don't know. You guys make me happy. Oh, you're very welcome, K9, and we appreciate you so much. I've got some awesome mods, don't I, guys? Oh, okay. Well, have fun. Yeah, we only need 50 more subscribers, guys. Spread the word, not work, right? Spread the word, share it, that helps. Make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate all of you so very much. Hello, Meow. Thank you. Well, good. I'm glad. If I can make somebody smile every day, that makes my day. That just makes my day. Well, thank you guys. Have a happy, happy, happy New Year and God's blessings to you. I think we might be on tomorrow. Pretty sure. Okay, we'll see you then. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.